All right, here he is, one of our best friends
My
in
buddies.
the business, the Mad Dog. You know, when you're really good, they name a whole network out.
No, no, that's talking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Mad Dog Radio, my goodness.
It is. That's when you know you know what else you know you're big time? When you just say, like, screw it to combing your hair anymore.
Yeah, I know. I didn't do that. I have no
Peter Singer approach.
Yeah, I don't have to do it.
That's when you know you're a star.
And he keeps his hair in coughed superbly.
He's ready
time.
to ship out.
Oh
any
my
day.
God, he's in the right
Powell,
spot.
USMC.
And I talk to his father I talk to his father once a week for an hour. Do you know that?
No.
Every 4 o'clock on Fridays he's on.
Right.
Your dad is. Proud of you. Proud of you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I almost did it 1 week last year because he had a
he was away.
issue.
Right.
But I had to go to his house to use the machine.
Yeah, he's got that machine. And he's not technically inclined, so that's always lose.
You think? You think? Oh, I can't get this machine to work today. Did you press the on button? Oh, good damn! I did.
Dad was the MVP of Super Bowl 21
Yes,
for the 1987 Giants. We're adapting to the Washington new logo.
Right.
It wasn't the 86 Giants, it's the 87 Giants.
22 out of 25, wasn't he?
Good day.
All of
22 out of 25.
Oh, that's right. Awesome.
It's cool to be back here because of that. It really
Do
is.
you remember that game?
I do.
You do. What were you, about 10?
No, I was actually like 6.5.
Oh, 6.5.
I was like my dad or my mom would say I was a whiz kid, like very aware of what was going on. It was a cool day.
Oh,
Rose Bowl, Pasadena.
Trailing 10-9 at the half.
10-9. It was a little dicey.
You know, and I did my trivia. I do a big trivia to give away tickets to the Super Bowl. And one of the guys we used this year, they had to guess who the name was Louis Wright. And Louis Wright was on that Denver team. And you know what he said? He said we got all screwed up. We didn't realize the half. We used a little cut. They had to guess who it was. We got all screwed up. We didn't realize the half.
It's 30 minutes long.
It was 30 minutes long. So we did our secondary meeting. We did a whole team meeting, everything else. And we ran out. And the security guy says, where you going? You still got 15 or 20 minutes. And he said, we screwed up. We didn't know. He said that really fouled them up.
Out of mojo,
and then the third quarter, the Giants went crazy.
Giants dominated them in the third quarter. That's interesting.
Not a surprise because what team would be ready for it? Parcells and Belichick.
Right.
They're going to know every detail, and they're going to have everybody ready to go, and it's not going to be a surprise.
100%.
Good.
They're so detailed, that group right there, that I mean, Mad Dog, you'll remember this is that he literally told McConkey before the game to run out. You know how McConkey used to bring his towel, run around? He knew where they literally had pointed. The Giants fans are sitting here. We want you to go to these places and fire the crowd up so it becomes a New York stadium.
Wow.
And that's how well thought out that group is. It's all of it. They didn't have a Saturday walk-through practice because they had practiced so good all week. Like
Phil knew he was gonna. Your dad knew he was gonna play well. He felt very confident.
He knew he was on fire. He was. The fact where Parcells on Friday was like, whoa, hold. I mean, come on, save some of these throws for the game. And you know, it was that kind of week.
And Monconky caught a touchtown pass off a deflection.
Right.
In that game.
Right.
Yes.
People still go, well, your dad got lucky with that one touchdown. I go, he hit Mark Bavaro in the face. I mean, Navarro just didn't catch it. It was a good throw.
They had a great second. They were up down 10-9 at the half. They won 39-20.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Really, when you think about it, because it felt like it was going to be a great game, and we were at a mode then when the great games didn't happen very often.
Yeah.
They always got off the rails.
Right.
And it has been one of the amazing things of the last 20 years. Teams have figured out, I think, how not to completely fold the tents when they fall behind.
Yeah.
Because I think it used to be you get down by 7 or 10 or 14, and that was it.
You're
the
like,
air was out of the balloon, and it was over.
So yeah, the pressure.
But they've learned how to deal with that.
100%. And don't forget, that game, Denver was coming off the 98-yard drive.
Right.
And the Giants played Denver in the regular season.
And
it was a close game, 21-17.
I think it was 19-12 or something
it was a
like
close
that.
game.
Yeah,
so they had and then Denver fell apart.
19-17, actually, I think.
Close game. George Martin had a big fumble recovery touchdown in that game.
Who was favored to win that one?
The Giants were.
The Giants were. But yeah, in the regular season, the Giants converted a 3rd and 46.
In that game?
In that game.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
To get it down and kick the game-winning field goal. It was very close.
Wow,
All right, so wait. I want to ask both you guys, because I love you guys, and I love your guys' history and everything like that. Like, right off the bat, what's the best Super Bowl and I want you next, Mike, but like, what's your favorite Super Bowl of all time? Or you just sit there when I say that and you go, that one was special.
Boy, oh boy. That's a... You know, there's the Patriots losing to the Giants when they were 16-0 or 18-0.
Yeah,
that was the Giant Buffalo one, no turnovers.
Right.
With the field goal
that
Norwood missed. That was a hell of a game.
What about you, Mike? Like, what's your top 2 or 3?
Well, you know, it's funny. I want to go with the Tom Brady answer and say the next one, but I'll say 43. 43 was the first one I ever attended in person.
Steelers Cardinals.
Yeah, Steelers Cardinals, and it was, you know, think about some of the iconic plays, the James Harrison returned for a touchdown right before half. The Larry Fitzgerald shot out of the cannon when it was like, holy crap, the Cardinals are going to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, my brain can't comprehend that a 9-7 team has been downtrodden for decades is somehow going to beat the Steelers and win the Super Bowl, and then they drive down. And I remember wishing and hoping that it went to overtime and that somebody would win with a first drive field goal, because I'd always hated that rule.
Oh, right.
And it wasn't until the next year in the NFC Championship that it happened. But I'm thinking, if the Steelers kick a field goal here because they ended up scoring the touchdown, they go to overtime, somebody wins a coin toss, scores a field goal, everybody's going to lose their mind, and they're finally going to fix this overtime rule that I thought was horribly unfair.
Well, we're going to fix it now. We've had it twice in the last 4 years. Are we finally going to get this fixed now?
They're going to. I think
they're going to tweak something.
I think they're going to do it. You know what I think they're going to do? I think regular season is going to stay the same. And I think in the postseason, you're going to have one guaranteed possession per team.
Josh Allen will get the ball.
Josh Allen gets the ball.
Right.
And then if Josh Allen scores a touchdown, as he would have that day, they decide whether or not they go for two or whether or not they take their chances and kick off again when it converts to sudden death.
Right.
So you get a chance to match the score of the team that gets the ball first, and after that it's sudden death.
Yeah.
Even if it means the coin flip gives one team two possession.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of variations. I've had some quarters tell me, how about first to 8?
First to 8.
Yeah, so in other words, if the defense got two chances to stop. If you score the touchdown, you could still stop on a 2-point conversion.
Right, gotcha.
And do it that way. That's not going to do that, but there's a lot of variations.
They don't want to do anything gimmicky. They don't want to do spot and choose. They don't want to do anything that fundamentally changes the game.
Football. Right,
especially if the regular season is going to stay the same. If the regular season stays the same, you can't roll out spot and choose for the postseason. It's got to be just a continuation, an extension of what you would do in the regular season.
And to be fair, the Chiefs got burned 3 years ago when they didn't get the ball, so now they got a chance to get it back. Now Buffalo the next time, they'll win it, and they'll get the ball first. You know how this thing works.
Yeah, it'll work.
But there are teams out there that when they get burned by a bad rule, and you would think they're going to start an effort to change it, they say, nope, we're good with it. Because next time it's going to get us.
Right.
It's going to fall in our favor.
Yeah.
So we already got burned. We don't want it to change before we get the payoff on the back end.
I think the one rule that we discussed this last year, you were nice enough to talk about it, is they should change this stupid thing with the ball goes out of the end zone. The defense,
don't get it started.
The defense should
absolutely not.
Oh, you're crazy. The defense should not get the ball to the 20-yard line.
You want to give the ball back to the offense?
No, you give them a 20-yard penalty. Put them at the 20, but the defense didn't recover the ball. Why should they get the ball?
Because it's in their area.
Exactly.
It's the only part of the whole field that has ownership.
No. You're
you
punishing
lose the ball in North Korea, Kim Jong-un gets to keep it. Sorry.
I don't like. They should. The offense should get the ball back at the 20.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But the defense should not get the ball when they don't recover the ball.
They've done nothing to get possession, and if the ball
bothers me, you like
bounces.
I do.
Just as simple as if it bounces out of bounds at the 1-inch line, the offense gets it at the spot of the fumble. But if it hits the pylon, the other team gets the ball at the 20. It makes no sense.
Well, why?
It's
a game of inches, literally.
It is the ultimate. That's what the rule has always been. That's why they keep it. Why is it the rule? Because it's always been the rule.
That area to stop a team from getting 7 points to going into. It is your area. You've lost the ball and it was free. I own that area.
You know what, though?
It's mine.
I once tried to figure out why that rule is what it is. When Dean Blandino was the senior VP of officiating, he said to me, once upon a time the rule was if you threw a pass into the end zone and it touched the ground in the end zone, the other team got the ball.
That's a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
And a coach Giant won in '58. The Giants won the overtime toss.
Right.
And so they did not score. Then he went down the field and Dimitri scored the touchdown.
Right.
And if you listen to the game broadcast, everybody says that nobody knew about the overtime rule. The fans cheered like crazy when they won the overtime toss. So they knew that their team was going to get the ball first with a chance to win the game.
Sure.
And they stopped them, and then Unitas went right down the field, and they won the game on the overtime.
Yeah,
23-17.
They're concerned about too much of an extension of the game, too.
Yeah,
that's the other problem.
People hurt. Right.
Yeah, you don't want to have too many reps in the game, but they don't want to do anything too gimmicky. And if the regular season is going to stay the same, look for it to be like what we saw. The Bills would have gotten the ball again. They score a touchdown.
They could have done one way or the other.
1 point, they got to kick off, and it's sudden death, or they go for two. Wouldn't that be something?
I could have made the argument in that. Now they wouldn't have done it, but with 13 seconds to go, I considered the fact, you know what, why don't you go for two here? You had gotten a 2-point conversion the first time. You knew that he wasn't done because he had the 3 timeouts. Why don't you put the freaking game away? You got a better chance against the Chief defense to get the 2 points than to hold the Chiefs from not kicking a field goal.
That's a good point. point.
It's not a bad thought.
But that's too radical. But that did cross my mind.
And with 13 seconds left, you defend with a different sense of urgency
because they got to get a touchdown.
Because but even if because it's not overtime, if you don't get it. You say, hey, we're going to lose the game if we let these guys get in field goal position.
Right, that's true.
You got a greater sense of urgency.
Going the other way.
So I win or lose on the 2-point try. I think there's a certain amount of complacency that gets baked into the cake.
I agree with that.
When worst case scenario is we get the coin toss and maybe we win in overtime.
See, if they get the 2-point conversion, the Chiefs are not going to score a touchdown. And if they don't get the 2-point conversion, they might play better defense, so the Chiefs can't get the field goal.
That's a great point.
They got to protect it.
This guy's pretty smart. Now I know why they name a network after him.
I mean, that's why they're paying him $70 million a year over Mad Dog.
69.5.
Wait, so I want to go more history with you guys, all right? I want to do more. All right, other than Phil Simms in Super Bowl 21, which was the greatest performance in Super Bowl history, we know that. But
what, quarterback?
No, or just tell me, like, what's the one performance? Doesn't even have to be a quarterback that you look at to just go, damn, that's the one that really jumps out to me.
From anybody in particular?
Anybody. You can go anywhere you want.
But how about Marcus Allen's game against Washington in 83?
That's pretty special, right?
What do you have, 173 yards?
And then ran the wrong way and shot.
That was a big.
That's a special one. I'm with you there.
Timmy Smith, but it was Doug Williams in that same game.
Yes, you could.
They're down 10-0 at the end of the first quarter and exploded.
Yeah,
35 points. I mean, let's go to the first one. He gets in at 3 o'clock. He gets in at 7 o'clock in the morning. He's half in the bag. How about Max McGee? Who went crazy in the Super Bowl? What
That's a Hollywood story.
Still drunk.
Yeah.
Catching one-handed catches, right?
That's a good one.
That is a good one. That definitely is.
You know, it's funny too. You made me think of Super Bowls. You know, in '90, that was the first one I covered.
Right.
That was in New Orleans. And that was the San Francisco.
Right. 89 season.
Come on, Washington Commanders.
So we had Mike and I, my old partner Mike Francesa, we had Madden on, and some rolled together. And Madden, he was there about 8-9 years, and he had a good interview, and he says, hey, guys, do me a favor. I want you to come to my suite sometime this week. I want to show you something, Mike and myself.
Right.
So during the week, we go up to his suite. He was in one of those nice little boutique hotels on the French Quarter, and he says, here, sit down. He's got the telestrator out. He says, watch this. He shows you all the plays. John Taylor's going to do that. Rice is going to do this. They can't stop Roger Craig. Wright can't guard him. Foley stinks. This game's got no chance. 55-10, San Francisco.
Right, so he was calling a shot.
That was good.
Right.
Very good.
Yeah,
and that was a year after a really close one, too, so we were starting to expect. It was a year after the Bengals. And so we're thinking, all right, hey, maybe we get a good game here. We got John Elway. He's back again, and that was
There was a stretch where the games are terrible.
Terrible.
Buffalo and Washington was terrible.
Yep. Yeah, Buffalo Dallas
was terrible.
Yeah, right.
Buffalo Dallas was bad. The last one, 30-13, that was a bad game.
We're now at the point where we expect a good game. That's why I'm afraid that this year, because if the Rams want to win this one, you got to step on their throats and you got to press, and they could blow them out.
I see a close game.
I mean, I would be surprised if it's not a close game, but I think there's a little more blowout potential in this year's game than
for the
before.
Rams to win.
I do. I could see the Rams. Listen, the Rams have been playing good football, as we've discussed, for a while. Stafford had a few moments where we go, what the hell is he doing? But the team itself was playing at a high level, and he's playing at a high level right now to where I go, man, they execute the way they've been playing.
Now, I don't completely.
They get a strip sack fumble. Jalen Ramsey.
I don't completely trust them.
But I hear you. No, I hear you because
don't completely trust them.
Just like we saw last week. I mean, they got to the 4-yard line, the second drive of the game. He tried to fit a tight ball.
And the ball should have been picked off in the end zone on the 50-yard line with 10 minutes to go.
I get it.
He picks that ball off. The Niners might win the game.
Well, maybe. There's a lot there too. I don't like.
They would have been up.
Jalen Ramsey dropped the interception.
Yeah, that was later though. That was later.
Right.
And McVay in that game was so bad. A little 54-yard field goal. He used his timeouts. Oh, he was chasing the whole game.
He was chasing. That was their kryptonite.
Here's why I like Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 reasons.
I'm leaning Rams, and he's starting to convince me.
Well, here's the thing.
Good.
Could you see Cincinnati win? You could see Cincinnati win.
Yes.
Could you see Cincinnati cover and lose? Absolutely. 4 points is a lot of points. You could see this game 23-20. You can't see this game 27-24?
Sure.
In a minute. You could see the Rams winning, but you also could see the Rams winning but not covering, like San Francisco.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I can see the Rams winning the game, but if you take the Bengals with the 4 or 4.5, you're going to win anyway.
We both had that. We both had Rams by 3.
I know.
Did you? Yeah. I had the Rams too. I got killed with it. So that's one reason why I could take Cincinnati in this.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, the way the NFL set up, the Bengals, they're a never say die team.
Good receivers,
Good receivers. You know, again, the way the NFL rules
nothing's
are
going to
right
bother
now,
them. 21-3 down to the Chiefs, and they came back to
bother
win.
this group.
You know, here's
no
the
doubt
other factor
about it.
too. Now, you know, we see a lot of people with jerseys of all the different teams, and there's a certain amount of Rams fans. I'm going to be paying close attention to how many Bengals fans start showing up Thursday, Friday. I remember the Super Bowl in New York when it was Denver and Seattle, and we all kind of thought Denver was better. The Seahawks fans took the place over. They took the place over.
Right.
And 2 years ago in Miami, the Chiefs fans took it over. And I think there's something to be said for that. If the Bengals fans take over that stadium on Sunday,
I'm not sure if there's enough of them to travel, though. You think there's going to be that many?
That's what I wonder.
There were a lot of them in Nashville. I know this is a lot farther away than Nashville from Cincinnati, but they had 30,000 of them show up to see them off in the stadium yesterday. So there's a lot of rabid Bengals fans.
This is a major problem for these two franchises here. They don't have home field advantage, especially the Chargers.
No.
The Chargers is ridiculous.
Right.
And if you're a Ram fan, did you like how San Francisco in Week 18 and then in the championship game, they took over the building?
I know.
It's a major problem.
But that's what you get when you abandon a market for 20 years and you give all these millions of people license to pick up whatever team they want, and then those teams come to town, they're going to try to buy a ticket to come watch that team.
But they're laying down the tracks. They're a foundation right now.
Yeah, they're laying down the tracks. I agree. The stadium's great. I haven't been to the stadium.
I haven't been there yet either. We'll be there the first time this weekend. I can't wait. I know. But, I mean, they are. I feel like there's buzz around. I feel like I do go in our hotel, other places, workers.
There's some peppy, there's some Rams
like
juice.
Rams juice. How can you not like some of the guys on the team and be excited about that, right? I mean, McVay's Hollywood. They fit the mold, that's for sure.
And the Rams in the late 60s, you know, the Rams in the late 60s were a great team, and they never won a playoff game. They never won a playoff game. You know, they got burned in 67 in Lombardi's last year. They were 11-1-2. And the Packers are 9-4-2, and they had to play in Green Bay in the first round because in those days they rotated home field.
Right,
and the Rams, who beat the Packers late in the year, had to go to. They were 11-1-2, and they had to go play in Green Bay in the first. And the Packers were 9-4-1, whatever they were, and they had to play a road game in the first round.
Dad, your hair is crazy, but you got good history. I like that. I did not know that one.
The week after the Immaculate Reception game, the undefeated Dolphins went to Pittsburgh, because it was rotation. Yeah.
Larry Seipel on a fake punt.
Crazy though, isn't it crazy to think that they didn't do it on merit? They didn't award those games based on merit.
It's crazy. And you know when I was growing up too, the wild card teams, if they're in the same division, they couldn't play each other. I wish they would change that back.
You don't like the wild card team?
I don't want to see Rams Cardinals again in the wild card reign. It's like I just saw you a few weeks ago, and I saw you a few weeks before that. I don't want to see that in the wild card reign.
That's you got so many teams in the playoffs, so and you also have situations where you have the rematches because they play division in the last 7.
I know.
So you're going to have a chance where you're going to have that rematch in the next week. That's dangerous.
I don't love that.
I agree with you. I don't like
too many playoff teams though to work your way around.
It's hard.
Too many. There should not be.
You like 7? I don't think because those 2-7 matchups. Now the Colts almost beat the Bills, but the other 3 2-7 matchups so far have not been good.
The good thing you do like about it is that the 1 seed, there's a lot on the line for the 1 seed. You win a playoff game and you get everything at home.
Yes.
Doesn't help Tennessee.
Right.
See, if you're the top 2 seeds, you say, you know what, I'll worry about the championship game when I get there. Let me get the bye week. With only 1 team, there's more of an accent to get the 1 seed because you get the bye week.
Definitely.
I just think there's so much pressure on the 1 seed. You haven't played. You're facing a team that's just won a game.
Good point.
They got nothing to lose.
And both lost this year.
And if they catch you wobbly early, it's a game, just happened in both games, same day.
Yeah,
but Green Bay got off to the good start. Tennessee fell apart, but Green Bay was up 7-0 in that game.
You know, the Green Bay game was lost when Mercedes Lewis fumbled.
Yeah, that's
because if they score that drive and go up 14-0, it's over.
Right, even 10-0. They never got up by 2 scores, right? To make Jimmy G have to throw and get it back.
And that was the second drive, right? They got the ball back.
Second drive, bootleg, Mercedes Lewis. As soon as he catches it, Fred Warner.
Because I'm thinking this thing is going to be over by halftime, if not sooner. And the 49ers, that's the thing. When you're the inferior team, if they let you hang around, that's why I think the Bengals could. If the Rams have to blow them off the field.
And the Rams have let teams hang around. 17-3, 17-0 Niners, Week 18.
No doubt.
Tampa, dead as a doornail.
They were killing them. They should have been up by 40. Right, let them hang around.
They really shouldn't have been that
they were controlling the first half.
They let teams hang around. That's why I kind of like the points with the Bengals.
Hey, you have MVP vote?
I don't know. I'm not. Nope, I do not.
Wow, I'm shocked
I would
by
give
that.
it to. I got to be a writer.
Yeah, but you'd give it to Rodgers.
I'd have to give.
I forgot you had to be a writer for that.
You got to be a writer.
Yeah.
Same with baseball.
Yeah. All right. So
all those awards.
You give it to Rodgers.
You and I get knocked out of that damn thing. Well, you get one, right? Because
football. No,
they don't like me.
They don't
like you.
They don't like me. They don't like people who speak the truth.
Right.
That's the problem.
Well, that's why the fans like it. That's the most important.
Yeah, that's right.
The NFL doesn't like you because
all right. So you're leaning Bengals.
I would lean Bengals.
You're leaning Bengals with the points.
And I also take the under. I think this game is 24-21.
Okay. All right.
Low scoring, and it's 48.5.
Yeah. 48.5. All right. You go Rodgers MVP.
Yep.
You would do that?
I would do it. And Mike told me today on my little radio show that he thinks Rodgers is going to leave.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with him.
I would agree with that, too. I think
I'll
that's
go
going
with
to
him
happen.
on that one. He knows more than me.
Right.
So he thought even Tennessee. Mike did a good job.
I think Tennessee makes sense, but Denver is where all the signs are pointing.
Right, because of Hackett, and I guess they have some money. But I think, it's been a great year. That quarterfinals, the divisional round was so good. Those 4 games are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you know what? You didn't think the 2 championship games, after you have those 4 great divisional games, you think you're going to get a lousy game?
Yeah.
The 2 divisional games,
they were great.
The championship games were pretty good.
They were.
I thought we were going to get a lousy one. I was hoping we were going to get a lousy one because I picked the Chiefs to cover. I picked them to win 41-24, and I'm thinking this is going to be 41-20. I got a chance to hit 41-24 when it's 21-3.
I think the NFL and the NBC would rather have the Chiefs here than the Bengals,
Rams,
right? I agree.
Rams. Even though Jared Goff's long gone, Todd Gurley's long gone. That Rams-Chiefs game from the regular season.
Oh, that's true, too. You could have played that back 51-50.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, right? Nothing beats Mahomes still in the Super Bowl again, right? I think
quarterbacks with the ratings.
Yeah, they drive.
But you know what, though?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore because it's a Super Bowl.
Just too big.
We talked about that yesterday. Whatever 2 teams, if it was Jaguars and Lions, as long as they earn their spot there, it's still the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But, that $100 million is the key number. In close game, they like to break that $100 million. You would know.
Yeah.
They want to break that $100 million number, so we'll see if they
what's the rest of the country doing? We were talking about that yesterday. There's 350 million, 400 million people in the country. What the hell is everybody else doing if only 100 million are watching the Super Bowl? Where are they all? Where are they?
Knicks basketball?
Damn, I don't think so. That's right.
Hey, great seeing you.
I love you, Mike.
Appreciate you coming in.
Chris,
he's the man.
Good job, pal.
Chris Mad Dog Russo. They named a whole network after him. Pretty soon it's just going to be called Mad Dog. No, serious.
You don't even need
Mad Dog.
I know.
I'll be back.
He's the star. He's the man.
PFT live right after this.
See you, man.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.